An image appears of a document representing a soldier's pension with handwriting at the bottom. At the top, text reads, Pensions of Guilford Courthouse. A drawing shows a crowded room with African Americans in all manner of fine 19th century clothing. The camera pans in and focuses on an older woman with gray hair and gold-rimmed glasses in the corner. On May 1st, 1854, a 90-year-old widow, Elizabeth Mason, appeared before a local justice of the peace in Campbell County, Virginia, for a Revolutionary War pension. Her deceased husband, Thomas Mason, a free man of color, had served in the Caswell County, North Carolina militia. A painting shows a middle-aged black man with his head resting in his hand. Just over his shoulder, his young daughter looks to the left of the screen. The image then transitions to the man who is now much older, wearing a suit. His hair has gone white, and he wears glasses. He fought at Guilford Courthouse and was wounded in the hand during the battle. He initially started the process of seeking a pension in 1832, but died before he could attend court. In the intervening 22 years, his documentation had been lost. A painting shows an older white man with glasses diligently writing on a document at his desk. His hair is white, and he has a small white beard just below his chin. Elizabeth's lawyer, Charles Statham, tracked down Thomas's payment records for his militia service in North Carolina. A series of images appears. The first is a set of hands writing with a quill pen at a desk in black and white. The next is an unfinished sketch showing the outlines of individuals gathered around a table listening to a man in a tri-cornered hat give a speech. The final image is of a sketch of an old clerk with glasses and a quill pen tucked behind his ear. He looks down disapprovingly at documents. The state comptroller provided a certified letter attesting to Mason's service in the Revolution. In addition to the pay record, several witnesses provided affidavits for their knowledge of his service and their marriage. Despite all this proof, the pension office denied Elizabeth's claim. A painting appears focused on a mountain peak on a clear day. The camera slowly pulls back to reveal a vast mountain range and trees at their base. A small trail has a man in a suit walking at the bottom of the painting. The image then cuts to the man, and we can see that he is walking and reading a document as he heads up the mountain. They cited 3 reasons. 1. Failure to appear before a court of record. 2. Insufficient proof of marriage. And 3. That the payment certificate had not identified Mason's race. Statham argued convincingly against all 3 reasons. A series of images appears. We again see the old African-American woman with the court scene. Then we see a comical pen sketch of a man in colonial-era clothing looking flustered on a horse. At age 90 and in poor health, Elizabeth could not travel to the nearest court. Statham inquired unsuccessfully if a judge could travel to visit her and take her testimony. An etching shows a wedding scene from inside a house. An African-American couple stand at the center with a priest facing them. The room is full of people, bridesmaids, groomsmen, witnesses, and in the corner we have musicians with string instruments. Marriages were legal for free blacks in Virginia, but records were not kept. Other black widows had received pensions without marriage bond or certificate, relying on the testimony of family and neighbors. A photo of a militia muster roll appears with information sorted into many columns written in pen. Muster rolls in North Carolina did not specify the race of any soldier. Again, we return to the old woman in the court scene, but now the camera pans over to a young woman sitting beside her wearing a fine dress and a nice hat. In 1884, Elizabeth's granddaughter's appeal for a bounty land was also rejected, based on the rejection of her grandmother's pension application. The pension office then reached out to Elizabeth's former lawyer, Charles Statham. We return to the painting of the old man diligently working at a document on his desk. Over 100 years after the Battle of Guilford Courthouse and Thomas Mason's service, Statham summarized the case as follows. We return to the painting of the African-American man seated with his daughter at his shoulder. The camera now pulls out to reveal a large dining room scene. On the right side of the table, we now see the man has a son at his elbow. On the left side of the scene, the man's wife is standing wearing an apron and a red kerchief on her head. She is busy serving food into a plate. The soldier was a colored man of considerable standing, with property, married, and had a family, which he educated. He was married in church according to the rites of the Episcopal Church, but the records and church had gone down years and years ago. It was proven by the best citizens of the neighborhood, who had known them for many years, that they lived together as man and wife, had children, and were always recognized as man and wife, but it was not legally recognized because our laws in regard to Negro marriages were not respected. A drawing shows a blue-coated Civil War officer separating two crowds. On his right are black soldiers holding muskets, on his left are white soldiers holding muskets and knives. This image then transitions into a painting of a House of Representatives with politicians in suits scattered throughout the chamber in different conversations. Since and after the Civil War, our district military commander issued an order pronouncing it a lawful marriage when they lived together as man and wife, and the Virginia legislature passed an act confirming the orders of these generals. The National Park Arrowhead logo appears.